What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're in the garage. We're going to be working on the Veloster a little bit. I'm going to be cleaning her, and then we're going to be pulling the car into the garage, and then I'm going to be coating the car. The thing about the car is I actually did get her coated, and this was before the accident, right? So I got the car detailed and coated and graphene coated, and then the car got hit, and then so of course what happens, they have to respray the majority of the car. So the part that needed to be resprayed were front bumper, rear quarter panel, trunk, and side skirts, I believe. So what we're gonna need to do is, basically I'm gonna ignore all the parts that have already been graphene coated. So that would include the roof, the front bumper, driver passenger doors. And we're gonna be coating it today with Crystal Serum Light. Now I actually bought this a while ago for the M2, and I never ended up using it for the M2, largely because I vinyl wrapped it, if you guys remember. And then of course with the Supra, I decided to try out the AMMONYC Pro Enamel Coat. Now if you're wondering, hey, why am I not using the enamel stuff? I was actually going to, but then I realized I still have this stuff, I might as well use it. It'll be a good test to kind of like compare the two, the Pro Enamel versus the Gtechniq stuff. Now this stuff is supposedly like really good. A lot of people swear by it and use it quite a bit. So, you know, I expect pretty decent results. So that should be good. So we're gonna go ahead and wash the car. But first let me show you guys, I've actually improved the garage a little bit, right? So we got some posters, right? Got my Supra poster there, Rudolph S2000. And over the week, I installed this TV. Yeah, it's really nice. So basically I have a Chromecast attached to it. So I can basically put on anything I want, Netflix, whatever, directly from my phone. You know, I use the Google network at home, so it'll be good. So anyways, I'm gonna set up the camera, and then we'll go ahead and wash the car first, and then we'll pull the car into the garage, then dry it. Hopefully it doesn't rain while I'm washing it, but let's get to it. Alright, car's moved in. It actually started raining while I was washing, so I had to move the car in quickly, get everything done. So now it's gonna be time to dry. And the nice thing is, because it's nice and cool outside, you know, we're not gonna have any excessive drying on any areas, you know, no sun, so no water spots. So I'm gonna get to drying really quickly, and then we'll start the coating process. Alright, car's all dried. So basically what I have noticed is that the parts that are definitely not coated, so they're just basically paint and clear coat, they definitely don't have any sort of hydrophobic properties. So things like the trunk, right, all the rear bumper, rear quarter panel, things like that, those are definitely harder to dry. And whereas the roof, you know, front two doors, front bumper, all that, that was a lot easier. So you can definitely tell the difference between the graphene coating and no coating, obviously. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and focus on getting the uncoated parts coated. So I'm gonna be doing, at least on the passenger side, rear door, rear quarter panel on both sides, and then rear bumper. We're probably, since there is still some sunlight, I wanna start on the rear bumper first, since I can see it the easiest, and then we'll kind of go from there. And then if I need to, I'll bring in a light. So I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on my head using the GoPro, and then we'll go ahead and get that stuff coated. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. All right guys, so we're gonna be using the Crystal Serum Light. And unfortunately, car's still dripping a little bit. It's okay. So what we're gonna be doing is we're just going to go over this it comes with everything you need. So we're gonna go ahead and do let's do the trunk first, because it seems like it'll be the easiest. open it up. You want to use the gloves that it comes with. You can use your own gloves if these don't fit, but you don't really want to get this on your skin or your clothes. Applicator pad. Okay, so what we have to do is apply it and then immediately wipe it with a dry microfiber towel. So let's go ahead and do that. And I said 3 drops. Alright guys, so here is the entire rear coated. I haven't done the quarter panels yet, I was going to do that next. But just giving it a general look, it looks like it definitely is a deeper black. It looks like it shines more. The paint looks fantastic. So we're going to let this cure and hopefully it turns out good. Yeah, so I mean that's basically it. I'm going to do the rest of the car on my own. I don't think you guys really care to see that. Really just, all you guys really care about is the end result, let's be honest. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, do the final door on the passenger side, and hopefully that should be it. It really didn't take too long. I mean, just doing the rear by myself took, what, 20 minutes or so, you know, and that's with me showing you guys stuff like that, so really wasn't too bad. Definitely, so far, initial impressions, it's pretty nice. It's pretty easy to apply, and because they want you to like buff it off pretty much immediately, I think that's why they want you to use a lot of it. That way it buffs off pretty evenly. The difference between this one, let's say Ammo Pro Enamel, is that the curing time is like in a different spot. So for the Pro Enamel, there's a small curing time before you buff it off, so it's that rainbow effect. I don't know if you guys saw the Super video. There's that weird rainbowish effect that happens for the Pro Enamel coat. That stuff, once you see that, then you buff it off and then you're good. For this one, they want you to put a lot on the pad. It says 3 full like droplets, so not like just drops, like the full like vial, not like, you know, and then they want you to really kind of go over each panel and then redo it. And as soon as you go over that panel, like once you're done with that panel, immediately buff it off. And make sure you kind of like give it a good buff. You'd be able to see certain areas where, you know, it's kind of streaking or a little bit. So just give that area another good buff, and you'll really be able to feel the difference on the paint as you're buffing it. You'll see that it's like it gets way more hydrophobic, way more slick, and it feels good. So I'm gonna finish the rest of the car, and then we'll give it 24 hours to buff, and then I'll give you guys a long-term updates as they come, and we'll see. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see y'all in the next one.